Hello, welcome to the Mycronic booth here at Productronica. Delighted to be joined by Clemens Jargon. Nice to see you again, Clemens.
Nice to see you, Trevor. Welcome on our booth.
Yeah, thank you. So, typically in the smart factory journey, there's two main areas that manufacturers can make potential savings and process improvements. The first one is on the line solutions, direct line solutions, and the second one is on the logistics around the factory. And you have got answers for both right here.
Exactly.
So, of course, behind us we have an M700 jet printer next to a VI technology SPI system, which of course you won the award for. Congratulations. But this system offers a closed loop printing process where you can essentially come out with zero defects. So tell us a little bit about how it works and how it achieves that.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. So you're hitting the point. I think we are always after optimizing the equipment on customers' factory floor. And you know that customers are always asking for Industry 4.0 solutions. So what we want to do is here really to offer one of the true Industry 4.0 solutions. So what we have done here is that we have combined our innovative jet printing offering with the My700 together with SPI and make it a closed loop. So how does this really work? So you know that most problems in the SMT process appear because of a bad printing result. Yeah? So now you can imagine what happens here, that the jet printer prints abroad and the SPI inspects abroad. And then the SPI may recognize that there is some missing volume, yeah? Or it's a missing dot. What the SPI does is it creates a repair file and sends it in a closed loop back to the My700. And when the operator then recognizes a not okay board, he can take the board and bring it again into the jet printer. And the jet printer recognizes, based on the barcode reading, this was the not okay board, and takes the repair file, repairs the board, and sends it back. That means that you can really create 100% yield based on your printing results.
So it's basically leaving with 100% all the right paste volume and everything covered.
Exactly. And you can also imagine that you do this in combination with a stencil printer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of defects are because of a bad stencil print result. When you combine the stencil printer with the SPI and the jet printer, the SPI recognizes, inspects the bad result from the stencil, sends a repair file to the jet printer repairs, and you have 100% yield. So when any board counts in your SMT production, you can really avoid any deposit problems by depositing solder pastes.
Okay. So what is the optimum setup then? I mean, is it, to get the throughput, is it to have a stencil printer followed by the SPI and the jet printer, or is it to have two jet printers and an SPI?
It depends on customers' profile. So when customers run high volume, so they will always use a stencil printer, but they want to avoid bad boards. Then you can have the optimum setup with the stencil, the SPI, and the jet printer. But when customers do prototyping in small batches, they may want to avoid stencil printers at all. Then they go for the jet printer in combination with the SPI to avoid stencil storage, stencil cleaning, and so depending on their profile, if high volume or low to mid volume, they may decide on their typical configuration.
Yeah, okay. And that's a good point, actually. The jet printer is a very clean process. You just take the cartridge out and in, and there's literally no residues left on the system.
Exactly, that's exactly the point.
So the other area that you're really doing some good work is in the storage towers and the handling of materials around the factory. You've got an example on the booth there of a cobot taking reels in and out of a storage system. Explain to me what you're trying to convey there.
Yeah, so this is another innovative solution because it's always about optimizing utilization of equipment. And what we are showing here is a combination of the tower, where we handle the material, an AGV, and a robot arm. So what we show here is that the robot arm takes the reels from the AGV, loads the tower, or it deloads the tower, puts the reel into the bin, which later can be brought to the pick-and-place machine. But this is just the first step which we show here, how easy you can integrate our solutions. Because our idea is to make it even more future-proof, because we want our customers to utilize their equipment which they pay for as best as they can. That means there is idle time when an AGV robotic solution doesn't have to load reels in the tower or doesn't have to deload. In that time, we want the AGV and the robot together do something else. Maybe bring some syringes to the jet printer, or bring the bins to the pick-and-place machine, or when needed, have a coffee for the operator. So it has to be a collaborative approach. Any equipment to be invested has to be used to optimize operators' day-to-day work, to avoid mistakes, and to help him to best utilize his time in the production process.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to fully utilize these robots. But one of the interesting things about your configuration over there with the cobot and the reels is he's putting them in the reels into the cassettes that are literally going onto the machine. So in the case of Mycronics, you're not having to take these to a kitting area, you're taking them direct to the pick and place machine, and you could, I assume, have a cobot at that end that literally loads them onto the pick and place, so you could have, complete manufacturing without an operator involved there.
Yes, exactly. So we call this bins. So we put the reels into the bins, and then we can bring with the AGV the bins to the pick and place machine, and then the robot can take the bins and put them into the magazines. Yeah. So whatever has to be done to optimize and to collaborate with the operator, that's something we want to set it up in that way.
Right. So no, congratulations on that too. A very, very smart configuration.
Thank you so much,
Yeah. So yeah, and then I want to thank you for showing us around the booth today and seeing the continuous evolution of Mycronic.
Sure.
Thank you for joining us.
Here with us. Thank you.